So, Jaron, online game is your expertise. So, how have you built like a funnel, a marketing funnel? Like, break it down for us. Like, what does that look like?
It's really just like creating an inbound digital sales and marketing funnel. So, um, anytime you do anything, even if you meet a girl in real life at a social event, night game, whatever, at some point it will go online. Now, where I start in the online marketing is top of the funnel activity, which is your dating apps, your big three, your Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. For guys of you that might be into like the sugar type game, that's more advanced type stuff if you want to do that without having to pay. So drop me a line if you have any questions about that type of stuff, if you're already at that point in your game progression. But we'll focus on the main ones. The free ones, they do have premium type features, which I would definitely recommend you take advantage of once you dial in which app or apps work best for you in your local dating market. So you'll notice I use terms like dating market. So you guys are probably aware of the term like SMV. I'll call it DMV, which is dating market value. And in this sense, you want to know, okay, how are you perceived in your local dating market? If you look around and there's a bunch of good looking, rich, handsome, high status guys everywhere, then realize, okay, you might have stiffer competition. Or if you go to a market, I have a buddy who's in Central America right now, and he's dropping pics in the group. He's like, whoa, people here are not attractive. So he is a hot commodity there. So keep that in mind. If you're in a big city like in LA, Miami, New York, there might be stiffer competition. But what I help guys really do is build an online brand. However, your marketing channels start at the top of the funnel with usually your big three dating apps, your Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. So what I do at this point is profile optimization. So you want to have good looking photos. That is really the first impression that she's going to get of you as how you set up your profile. So I take a unique approach. I have really good looking photos. They've been tested by the market. There's ways you can do that. Again, hit me up for more information. I'll just keep it high level for now. And then you find your best photos that perform best in terms of swipes, or where you get the girl actually in the stack. The stack refers to, let's say we're using Tinder, the lineup of people that are shown to her that she could potentially swipe right on. So you want to stand out from the competition here. Take good, high quality photos. I usually advocate having a call to action in the visible profile preview or description. Again, she's going through your stack. You want her to take a pause on you. I actually sat next to a girl once on an airplane and watched her Bumble for half the flight. And she swiped left on most guys, probably every 20 guys she'd swipe right on one. Now the ones she did swipe right on were either immediate swipes, or she would click through the profile and go through and go up and down, back and forth, and actually take time to dissect the profile. So the way I have mine set up to stand out, again, on your big three, is I take more of a kind of pretty boy approach. So I've done fitness modeling in the past, have candid shirt off photos, good angles, good view, natural expressions. And I actually intentionally put some not so good photos in there because girls thought my profile was fake, although a lot of them were verified. So that's more top of the funnel. My call to action, it varies based on what I'm doing. When I lived in San Diego once for a heat wave, I had something like fun fit guy seeking for cool girl for AC adventures or something like that. Cause I had air conditioning at my place, and yeah, my place was right, like literally right behind there on the beach. So a lot of the places didn't have AC, but I had a little portable AC unit, and that actually got girls over because I think of it in terms of she's shopping for an experience. So yeah, you can match her, you can open her, you can do the banter back and forth, but I treat these things very efficiently. Again, like I do at my corporate level, well, I want to remove as many steps as possible from the process. So I have my Tinder, Bumble, Hinge optimized to where I get a lot of right swipes. I do a lot of volume. Now, volume allows you to filter out these girls. A lot of you guys might be newer to this and you're thinking, well, maybe I get no matches, or one or two matches a day, or once in a blue moon I get a match. Well, I can help you optimize that to where you're increasing your match ratio exponentially. And there's ways to do that. I've A/B tested a lot of these factors, so I've done that with my own, and I get usually 20 to 40 new matches a day. I don't open them all. I'll let them batch up. If they open me, great. Sometimes girls will reply to my call to action. I'm in Mexico City, so they'll say hello, which is like, I'm down, I'm in, I'm game. And then I just have to drop my digits. She texts me, and then we make things happen pretty quickly. So when you run from a volume model, this is why I really leaned into online. aside from it being part of what I do for a living professionally, is that you can run a lot of volume. So you can set these filters in once you start getting lead flow volume, and then really only pick the girls that you're into. Obviously, you're not going to swipe on her otherwise. And this is the big one, that are into you. So my standard opener, I go very direct. Again, when you're working lead volume, you can be direct. So let's say I open 20, I give them all my standard opener. Usually that gets a good response rate. Now, if it is kind of abrasive, and it has slightly sexual undertones, but so that usually gets me at least a 50% response rate. So a lot of times, like, girls will never respond like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that." They just won't respond to you, which is fine because I'm trying to filter. So let's say I open 20, 10 respond to my opener. Usually of that, 50% of that number. So now we're down to 5. I will actually get off the app. Again, roughly half of that, so 2 or 3, you'll set for a date. There are things like rescheduling or things coming up. Sometimes I'll be honest that there is ghosting that happens. I live in a culture that's impunctual. So of a batch of 20, you can usually schedule 2 or 3. Sometimes they all want to show up. Sometimes one, usually one at least shows up. It's very rare, like all 3 of them, have to reschedule or new plans come up. And then that's why I say, so typically if I open a batch of 20, that's my benchmark. I open a batch of 20, one of them I will end up converting. And again, in my openers and in the call to action on my profile, it kind of sets the tone for what my experience is. It implies straight to the house. It implies we'll be cooking together. It implies intimacy. And again, I'll help you come up with your own standard line. So my coaching client the other day, he wanted something. He's not comfortable doing quite straight to the house yet, and he needs the practice on actually running a date where you go out in public. So we put together the blueprints, came up with the logistics in terms of, okay, how this should be ran from a cadence or systems or sequencing standpoint. And then now he's actually getting girls on the date. So on this week's call, we'll talk about actually running the date to, again, you're always setting the stage for the next level. So I think in terms of 0 to 10, I want to take you from 0 to 1, and then 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. And there will be bottlenecks across these points. So top of the funnel, profile optimization, get the matches, get them open, get them off the app as fast as possible. I send them 2 routes. Either they go to my Instagram, which Joel showed earlier. That's usually for lead nurture if she's not quite ready to meet up yet. Or if it's just a girl, hey, I don't live in Mexico City, I'm out of town, I don't know when I'll be back. That's like, great, follow me on Instagram. That's lead nurture. Because what happens is when you build a queue of enough of these girls and you're doing fun stuff and you're tagging locations, I have this happen very frequently to where girls like, oh my God, I'm in the neighborhood, or, oh, hey, I was just there. Hey, are you in town? Oh yeah, I am. Hey, how long are you in town for? 3 more days. Hey, let's meet up. So Instagram only is lead nurture if she gives me WhatsApp, or usually I drop her my info. Because again, I'm trying to filter out the girls and only work with the ones that are highest interest. So if you're newer and you don't have the lead volume, I'd say, give her your info, say, hey, drop me a line, let's do it. Whatever, Instagram, WhatsApp, Instagram lead nurture. WhatsApp is directly to set logistics. However, a lot of times she'll still creep on your Instagram. So I always give both, because she wants to make sure you are who you say you are. I'm verified. I post frequent stories. I do music. I have the same view in most of my videos here, and they can recognize Mexico City's right behind me. I am a real guy. If there's any hangups, then I do a quick FaceTime call. Good angle. Hey, it's me. Yep. Nope. Yeah, I'm real. And then that assuages any types of concerns, though. So from a basic high level, that is what the funnel looks like. There's multiple steps. It's profile create. Well, it's really just setting your image, your analog image. Then you convert that to digital. You open your dating accounts. The openers and getting them off the app is the next step, and then Instagram lead nurture and or WhatsApp for actually setting the logistics is the last step there. Then after that, there's a whole new series of sequences, setting the date, getting her to meet up, how to deal with flakes, how to deal with rescheduling, how to fit her into your calendar. So I cover all this stuff, but as it pertains to online, really from a high level view, it is just an online marketing funnel.